Okay, this is the debrief for 5632 Civetta Ave. First picture, Civetta Court. I'm sorry, I'll have to change that. Civetta Court. First picture you see here is just a picture of the front of the house. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just for the title page of the report. First thing I do is I go up on the roof, and one of the first things I check as I'm going up on the roof is what I call the starter shingles, and you can see the adhesive is present here.
Yeah.
But the adhesive is not bonding. It's not sticking together. So this is a fairly common thing. But these, if I can lift these with my fingers, then at some point the wind can blow them, and you could get wind-blown shingles, and excuse me, and possible failure of the shingles. So there's gonna be a bunch of pictures here. You'll see me lifting shingles. And do you want to pause this? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. So you can see a bunch of pictures here. There's quite a few locations where there's some shingle issues, and so we're going to go through these. And I also have a video of the roof here later on. Here's another picture. You can see the adhesive is present. You see it started to try to stick, but it never did. There's a few locations where around chimneys and other things that the shingles are not sticking either. This is a little bit of hail damage. See these little black spots here?
Okay.
Very minor, and only at a few locations. The overall condition of the roof is good. These are
where are you seeing that one? On the roof? That
that's right here at the back above the garage.
Oh, okay.
Just above the garage.
Okay.
This is again more. This is another area.
Okay.
You see the adhesive is present, but the shingles never stuck together. So basically, what someone's going to have to do is they're going to have to go around the perimeter of the house and put adhesive along here, more adhesive.
So these locations, did you? How in case if I tell them?
Well, this is conditioned everywhere I checked that this was present.
Oh,
every starter shingle I checked, and I've got a bunch of different locations I checked.
Oh.
So it's likely present everywhere.
No, I need to tell them which location it is specific.
Yeah, I'm gonna put in the report. They need to go around the whole. I'll put in the report when I type in there that they need to go around the whole perimeter of the house, top, first, and second floor, to all the starter shingles, and they need to put additional adhesive under there to get those shingles to stick together. So that's how we'll cover that. But this is a bunch of different locations. This is around the chimney. So this is not the starter shingles, but these are some. Again, the adhesive is present, but the shingle's not sticking.
Okay.
Same thing. The adhesive is present, the shingles aren't sticking.
Okay.
Again, this is a little bit of hail damage. The black stuff you see here, very minor.
Okay.
Very minor stuff there. This is at the top of a ridge near the chimney cricket, and again, the shingles are just. I'm able to lift them, so you shouldn't be able to do that. Oh, that where you can see the shingles been wind blown already. It's already sitting up there. So this area here is where that first bit of hail I showed you was.
Okay.
This is also where the shingles are starter shingles are loose. Starter shingles are loose here. On the other side here they're loose. Pretty much everywhere I checked they were loose. And then on both sides of the chimney here, where you can see the shingle there sticking up.
Yeah.
All this, so they need to go around the perimeter of that chimney also, and all those loose shingles need to be additional adhesive added.
Okay.
You can, this is around a roof penetration. So this is one of your exhaust vent hoods. Again, both the shingles are loose. So they need to go to every one of and it'll say this in the report. They need to go every one of the roof penetrations, and they need to seal up those shingles.
So it is detailed in the report.
Yep, it'll be in the report. Yeah, I'll type it into the report. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And if the builder wants the video, then you can always send them the video.
Yeah, but
that's up to you. I'm going to put it on YouTube as private, so only you can access it. But you can feel free to add it, give it to him if you want to. Here's 3 shingles. 1, 2, 3, all by that right here. This is by the chimney here. So all around here. I also checked this one here. So all these, this is a little bit of hail again. These are more starter shingles that actually the adhesive is not even present here. So these weren't installed improperly. You see how you can't see that there's no adhesive there.
Okay.
So that means that they didn't install this improperly. They installed those actually improperly. So they would never have stuck to begin with. Okay, and that's on this. But this is this area. I think right above us, right? Oh, that's the other side.
That's it.
Yeah, other side. Yeah. Okay. So this area, starter shingles. This area, starter shingles.
All right.
It looks like there was a repair done here once already. See the discoloration of the shingles in here, right through there. It looks like some kind of repair was completed, maybe prior to you moving in.
Oh.
Okay, now this is the video of the roof. So this is just I'm just putting this in here so you'll have a video of the roof so you can see the kind of overall condition of the roof. So it's about 2 minutes something. We're going to play that, let it play, and then you'll have it in this video right here.
So it's all minor fix. Builder usually does.
Yeah, this stuff's all. Yeah,
they will complete it, right?
they shouldn't have any problem with this.
Okay, they will do this. Right?
Yeah, shouldn't have any problem.
Okay. Okay, on that.
The roof's pretty steep. You may hear me breathing hard. I'm walking up and down.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult, but this is just a.
But other than this minor things, everything looks good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. But you do want to. They do want to go to all the roof penetrations, all the starter shingles, and the shingles around the around that chimney stack. You need to seal them up real good because they.
And they will do it, right?
They shouldn't have. That's very simple stuff.
Simple thing. That's a very common thing also.
Very common. They shouldn't have any problem with that. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, we can move
on. And then because they will get some point get wind blown, and it'll be probably several years down the road when the builder's long gone. So we want them to take care of it now.
That's good.
That's a pretty steep roof, so you have to kind of be careful going up and down here.
Okay. Sometimes these people tells your inspector should not climb on the roof.
Yeah, I walk all of them.
And how it will be, we can do the inspection without walking on the roof.
Yeah, I walk on all, pretty much,
Yeah,
99.
These builders telling all these things. So then
Yeah.
how we can, what is the guarantee that it is?
The roofer should have no problem walking on it. They do this all day long. They're better than I am.
All right.
Yeah, it's almost to the end here.
Mm-hmm.
The overall condition of the roofs are good. It's good. So just a few minor, but some things that need to be taken care of. This is almost the end here.
Oh, something was stuck over here.
I got it out. I got it out. It was a what do they call it?
Caulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And one.
The little white thing, right?
Yeah, that white thing and one more stick kind of thing.
I think I got that out too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so this picture, this is something the builder won't do, but this is a recommendation. Here in Texas, we have expansive clay soil, so you want to extend these downspouts away from the structure, 6 to 8 feet preferably, but any distance farther away is better. It's going to help have the moisture around the perimeter of the foundation be more uniform, so any kind of settlement that happens, it'll settle uniformly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the report.
Okay. Got it.
They can
just put it somewhere here. Okay.
Yeah, just extend it out.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can put them above ground if you want to. Okay. I like an underground subsurface, which you can also do, or you do it yourself. Not that expensive, couple $100. Okay. You can pay someone to do it, but it's probably $1,000. Okay. These are your 2 condensers. Some of this stuff is just, again, some of these pictures will not be in the report because it's just for me. So these are just manufacturer labels that I look at in the panel box to make sure the breakers match. So this stuff won't be in the report. But this is the water pressure. This will be in the report because it's required by the state. So the water pressure is almost to 70. The range is 40 to 80. So around 65 is good. That's a good pressure. Okay. Again, these in the report I can illustrate, I can draw, and I'll draw where these should go. So these all 3 need to be extended out. You can't really see here because it's shaded. There's a pretty big gap there between the roof and the soffit there. So on the other side, you can up in here. There's a pretty big gap where it's like that big. And then over here, it's touching like this.
Okay.
So one side is off, so it should be just a little bit of air there. Shouldn't be that big. That you can get rodents and bugs and stuff. So they need to go back and they need to seal up that area. Flash it. Flashing's fine.
Okay.
It's just hard to see with the camera.
Okay.
These are downspouts that need to be extended.
And that builder will do that?
The that thing, roof, he'll do that.
That sealing gap?
Yeah,
okay.
He'll do that, yeah.
Okay.
These are all just downspouts
to
be extended. This is just a cosmetic thing, but this should have a little cover on it with a hole in it for these wires, control wires for the
somebody.
yeah. So it should have like a little cover like this.
Cool.
You know, a little white cover with a little hole.
Yeah.
So they need to install that just because otherwise it doesn't look good.
Okay.
This is the first thermal picture of the panel box. This is again when I first got to the house. I take a thermal look at the panel box to see what it looks like as a benchmark, basically benchmark it. And then I went back another time or two and took another look to see what was going on. Basically, we're looking at the wires to see if any wires are getting. This is normal. These are arc fault breakers here and here. That's normal. But I go back and start trying to look for hot wires, or breakers that are not arc fault that are getting hot, showing colors like this. And I look at the temperatures and stuff, and it looked fine when I got here, and it looked fine later on. So there was no issues with the panel box.
Okay.
This is your water meter, and this where you see these numbers. So this is a low flow indicator. This is how you can verify whether you have a leak in your house. If you think you have a supply leak, you can go out to that meter box, remove that cover, and then if everything in the house is off, this number should not change. It should stay the same, whatever it happens to be at the time. So if you walk out there, if you think you have a leak, you can remove that cover and just stare at this. It blinks on and off. You sit there and stare at it for a minute or two and look to see if it starts counting. So if everything's off, it should stay still. Like this would be 902. It would stay that way. But if there's a leak or anything running in the house, it'll start counting. 902, 906, 912. It'll start counting numbers. And also, this is a way of verifying your drip irrigation. There was one issue with the sprinkler system. We're going to get to that in a minute.
Okay.
That's the location of the water meter.
Okay.
I didn't this cover here in Frisco. The key that you buy at Home Depot or Lowe's will not unlock that. I can get it open with 2 screwdrivers, but it's very hard to do if you don't know what you're doing. So I left the cover off right now. So it's just sitting on top of the hole right now. Okay. So you can either remove the little latch in there, and that way you don't have to worry about having a key. Or if you buy the key is shaped kind of like the bottom of the key goes like this, up like that. Have you seen a meter key before?
Okay.
And this is the little latch that goes in. So if you cut this off about halfway down, and then you can use it on there.
Okay.
Or you can do it with 2 screwdrivers, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's very hard.
Okay.
This is your double check valve for your sprinkler system. So if you ever have any problems with the sprinkler system, this is how you can shut it off. This is a video. This is a leak in the.
It's located where it is located. Sprinkler one, front only.
Yeah, front. Okay. Yeah, the square
Okay.
one. The square one. I'm gonna play this video so you can see this is your drip irrigation at your right of way, and it's leaking out of the ground.
Oh.
So there's a break in there.
That is.
You'll see here in a second.
Oh.
Right up front.
Okay.
So that needs to be repaired. That's in zone 10.
Okay.
Which is Parkway.
Okay.
This crack here is getting pretty wide, so they need to seal this because it's going to get a lot worse. If it's just a hairline crack, it's fine, but this is it's not quite structurally significant. 1/32 of an inch is when they can start considering it possibly structurally significant. So it's not quite a 32nd of an inch, but it's pretty wide. So it's wide enough where you can get water in there and cause that water will expand. It will cause that crack to just get worse and worse and worse. So they need to either seal it or they can replace the hole.
Okay.
They just cut it here, and redo it. Now, if they do that, it's going to be a different color.
Oh.
But so these are just videos of your condensers. This is really just for me, but I'll go ahead and play them so you have them in this recording.
Okay.
That's the left one, and then this is the video of the right one. They sound good, and they look like they're still in good condition.
Okay. Okay.
This is your microwave. This is just to show you the microwave did work, which you know because you live here. This is the oven, set to 350, and it heated to just below between 325 and 350. So that's within the range. The range is 325 to 375. So heated within range. This is the dishwasher. This is the first reading I took at it. It wasn't hot enough yet. It should get between 120 and 150. I've got another reading later on, I think at 138, so it did heat properly. This is at your kitchen sink.
That's working right?
Yeah, working properly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This is a missing air gap at the sink. This is by your sink here.
This is?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, I didn't put.
You didn't want the air gap there?
So I just put for a. I don't want to put anything more here, so I just put a seal.
You told them to do that?
No, I did it.
Oh, you removed the air gap yourself? Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's required. That's why I was saying. Yeah. And then so you ran it up high like that. You ran it up there. Okay, cool. That's fine.
So difficult.
Yeah, this is called a high loop. This is acceptable. So you did something without even knowing it, probably. Did you know to do that? No.
How to do it, right? Otherwise, when we use water and all, it will go inside, right? So I just.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the fact that you put it up here, that's something that if you don't do the air gap, this is an option. The second option is called a high loop, and that's something you can do. But did you know that, or you just guessed?
I don't know that.
You didn't know that. Okay, that's good. You did. That was a good guess.
Okay.
So okay, that's good. Yeah. That's just the disposal. I did fill the sink, drained them, no leaks. This you know about, the doorknob there not working. This is me testing the garage. There's two functions that the garage, safety functions the garage has. Auto reverse by the electronic eyes, and then pressure reverse. So this is me testing both of those. You'll see me here in a second. Put my foot underneath the door. See that it reverses. And then I'll do it one more time here in a second. This is a pressure test, pressure reverse. Grab it, hold it, and see if it reverses, and it did. The door is operating fine. Okay. I also tested the gate, and the gate did work. I don't have a video of the gate though.
Okay.
I'll see in a second. Yeah, I think I did test the gate. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, stop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got a couple screw pops, one here and one over there. One in the master bedroom.
Screw pops. Okay.
Yeah, screw pops, and the walls. There's one in the master, and there's one right here. This one's in the master.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then I've got another picture later on of this one over here.
Okay.
Okay.
This can be fixed, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Easy fix, and they shouldn't have a problem with that. Both of your master sink fixtures, these are loose.
Okay.
So they need to tighten them up. You can see how it goes left and right.
Yeah. It shouldn't be. Okay. Yeah. So it has to be fixed.
Same thing with this one.
Okay.
Both need to be tightened up at both these sinks right here. This sink and that sink.
Yeah.
You know about this? Okay. So I'm sure you know about that.
Kid did it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So fixing the handyman. Somebody.
Handyman.
How much?
Not that.
Okay.
Cheap. It won't take very long. Less than $100, I would think.
$100?
Probably less than 100, I would think, to do something like that. Yeah. This, I don't know if you noticed, this is very loose.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's very loose. That needs to be tightened up. This spout needs to be tightened. They need to tighten that up.
Okay.
Shouldn't be loose. Should be nice and firm. Also, this is loose too. The fixture handle is loose.
Okay.
So if something's loose, it's only going to get looser over time. It's not going to get tighter. So you need to make that stuff nice. It's a brand new house. You want, everything should be in good condition. Again, that needs to be tightened, and that needs to be tightened. This is your powder bathroom, I think.
Yeah.
Powder bathroom.
Yeah.
This outlet is loose inside it. It actually feels like it may be broken in there, because when I jiggled it, so when I stick it in there, I kind of jiggled it a little bit to see if the outlet's tight in there. And then when I jiggled it, the GFCI tripped off.
Okay.
So the wiring may be loose too. So they need to go and they need to remove that cover and make sure this outlet here is not loose, and then make sure the wiring is nice and tight.
Okay.
This is, I think it's your son's room.
Study room. Yeah.
Study room. This door, the ball latch is very tight. When you try to close it, it closes hard. So they need to adjust that ball latch on this door right up here.
Okay.
Okay, these are your air handlers, We're going to have a video of those in a minute. This is your number 1. Does not have a float switch on the drain pan.
This is?
Yeah. Attic.
Attic. Okay.
Attic, yeah. So I didn't see a float switch on these drain pans. I believe, I know they changed, I think it was last year they made it code in Frisco. I'm pretty sure it was last year. So we'll put that in the report. We'll see what the builder says. But if the builder doesn't put the float switch on these, you should pay to do it yourself. Pay an HVAC guy. Both these units up there in the summertime, they will condensate between 35 and 50 gallons of water. And so if the primary gets clogged, which happens all the time, then it's going to eventually, and the secondary will get clogged and it'll eventually flood through the house. Okay. So for about $125 a piece, you can have a condensate switch put on the primary, or a float switch put on the pan, and that will protect the house. That's something I would do if the builder doesn't do it.
Oh, wow. What I need to do here? I mean, need to put.
We'll put in the report for the builder. If he says he won't do it, then just call the HVAC guy.
Which guy? HAV guy.
HVAC, yeah. AC, cooling, AC, yeah.
AC guy. Okay.
AC guy, yeah.
So some warranty will. Oh, they have to do.
Well, they changed the code in Frisco. I know it was recently. I don't remember how recently. It depends probably when you close the house. I believe it's now a code. It's a code that they put the float switch now. But when you moved in here, I'm not sure if it was. So you'll have to ask the builder. Yeah, it just depends. There was a pretty big code change January of last year, or this year, January 17th. I think it was January 1st of this year.
Okay, January 26th we closed.
Okay, so you may have just missed it. You may have just missed it. Okay. This is the differential. This is how well the AC is cooling. So we take a reading. Well, you saw me taking readings in here, and that's just basically to see how cold they're blowing. And that they are blowing, and then up at the attic, I take readings on each side of the coil, and so we're looking for a differential of 15 to 22 degrees. So on that number 1 unit, we had in the differential is the difference between. We had a 46 and a 63, so that's 17 degrees. So that's within the differential. The filter on that first unit is dirty. That needs to be changed. This is a video of the first unit. This is again just for me. That it'll be in this recording.
Secondary needs to be okay.
This is the second unit, number 2. The differential here is 45 and 63, so 18 degrees. So that's within the range. So both units are cooling properly. The filter is also a little dirty there, so probably both filters need to be changed.
Okay, I think I need to change.
Yeah, you'll need to change those. Yeah. And then no float switches also on that second unit, so that needs to be added by the builder or by you. This is a video here. Okay.
And the attic, you don't see anything.
It looks fine up there, yeah.
Wind termites.
The termites won't touch the structural framing for 10 years because it's pressure treated.
What's that?
Pressure treated.
Pressure treated.
The wood's pressure treated before they install it, and so they won't touch the structural framing for 10 years. Now they have been known to go through to get to something inside the house, like an old piece of furniture. Is that really old? I mean, they may go through a crack and start eating that thing. It's not likely though. Okay. Termites they're in the ground right now.
Okay, and mice, rats, kind of things.
No, I didn't see any. No.
Something is running on top of us.
Probably here on the roof because I didn't see any droppings in the roof in the attic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably something running on the roof.
You don't see any droppings.
That's one reason you want to get that hole fixed too, because that's where I showed you earlier. That's where.
So droppings, no droppings.
I did not see any droppings.
Cool.
This is a second look at the panel box, and it looks fine.
Okay.
This is the dishwasher, and again, it's about 136, 139, so that's good. This is the nail pop.
Yeah.
Here, right there, or screw pop. This is missing insulation. See that big square there?
Yeah.
And that's right up here. It's right up in here.
Missing
Yeah,
installation.
see that square? That's a piece of bat insulation that's missing.
How will they?
They'd have to cut out. They have to cut out the ceiling there.
Ceiling here, they will cut down something like that.
Yeah, they'd have to cut out the ceiling. Yeah, it's such a small amount, they probably won't do anything about it. But we'll put it in the report. And then there's another thermal thing. This is upstairs. Now this look to me, it doesn't look like mold, but it looks like moisture. See this right here? I'm circling right here.
Oh, okay.
This is in the bathroom upstairs.
Bathroom.
Right up in here.
Which bathroom? Okay, that
That's,
bathroom. Oh,
yeah,
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 that,
yeah.
okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, the
that
one
is-
with the shower next to it right there.
Oh,
Right up in here. So what they're going to need to do, now it could be cold air leaking in, but it looks to me like it's possibly moisture. Not mold, because mold looks different.
how will they fix it?
Well, what they have to do is they need to go up there with a moisture meter. It's a little device with two little pins on it.
But these are things they will fix it, or they
Yeah,
will-
they'll fix that. Yeah, they should fix that. You know.
And these also this.
That I don't know because it's such a small. It's not going to affect your electricity bill that much. This they'll fix if they find that there's moisture up there because they don't want to damage the house. So it could be a flashing problem. It could be cold air leaking in there, but to me it looks like moist. Looks like possible moisture. So they can probe without doing any damage first. They can probe it with the moisture meter. It's got little needles on it. They just kind of stick them up in there and probe around. That will tell them if there's moisture in there. And if there is, then they'll just to remove it. They actually just probe around. They can
These
find
are all common issues all over.
this sometimes.
So they fix it. Okay.
Yeah, they'll investigate and then they'll fix it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just up there.
Okay.
This is the heat at the first floor, 104 degrees. The heating worked fine at the first floor. And then that's a bad picture. This is the heating at the second floor, about 109, 113. So both first and second floor were heating fine.
Okay.
AC and heating were fine. Really, probably the big thing is the roof, and then that moisture thing I'm worried about.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about that. And that's it.
Oh, cool.
Any questions?
Gosh, and AC, roof, irrigation. I mean this.
Broken irrigation, yeah.
Sprinklers and devices, appliances. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
That's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna stop this.